Good day, one and all. Kathy here with another episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. This is going to be my second video today. The first one you will never see because I accidentally hit the wrong button and it didn't save. But this is the card I made on the first video today. I used some dry embossing of the snowflakes, or some heat embossing, some dry embossing the background folder, and just did a little Christmas card. Well, so now I'm going to make a new Christmas card. Hopefully this video you will see. All right, I'm going to make a red card for this one. And this is GinaK's. This is Christmas red. This is 10 inches by 7 inches, scored at the 5-inch line. Fold it, crease it with your bone folder. And then I have a piece of cardstock that is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. That's going to go on the inside. And then a piece, this is scrap gold mirror. This is 6 3/4 by 6 3/8 by 4 3/8, and then a piece of white cardstock that is 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Those were cut from GinaK's Master Layouts 8, so they fit together perfectly, and this has that nice stitched edge die. Then I'm going to use, this is a generic stencil. I think I got this at Walmart. Just a little snowflake. And then I have not used this set yet. This is GinaK's Bold Holiday Sentiments. This is a stamp and matching die set. So this is what I'm going to use, hopefully to make a very quick and easy card. I'm going to start by stenciling on the inside of the card. It's the first time I'm going to do the inside of a card for a while. But I'm going to use some sticky notes because I just want to do this snowflake in the corner with a little bit of the snow. So I'm going to cover up what I don't want to stencil here. And I'm just going to do this right on my mat. So this is what I'm going to stencil. And I'm just going to use GinaK's Soft Stone. Got a little schmutz here and there. All right, and then I'm just going to do a light snowflake on this. Just like that. Just to give a little bit of texture and design to the inside of an otherwise blank card. All right. Now, if you like that card I made earlier and want me to recreate it, I can do that for next Friday. I'm going to try and keep my Friday videos to holiday cards, whatever holiday that might be. I do craft shows at Christmas time mainly, starting around Halloween. So I try to get my Christmas stash done ahead of time. Now, I'm going to take this one and I'm going to fully stencil this one. Pardon me, I seem to be losing my voice. I guess talking for a couple hours today on video until no effect. All right, now, I don't want to get the edges on my card, so I'm just going to use this to cover up the parts I don't want to get ink on, either accidentally or on purpose. All right, and I'm just going to do like I did to the inside, just kind of hold it down and do gray. Not making it very dark, but it's not light either. I want it to show. Let me just lift that up. Oh, that looks good. Okay. And now I'm going to take, see, like there's a spot over here. I want to take this and I'm going to cover up where I don't want, because I just want that little snowflake right there to fill in that kind of empty spot. That looks good. Yeah, that I believe I got at Walmart in the, it was in the craft section. I think it's meant for putting on woodwork or something, but they do have some nice stencils that aren't in the scrapbooking section. They're like in the painting section. And that's going to go right on here. Now in the process, oh, I think I just found it. And say process of going from, actually this morning's video was twice. The first time I was right in the middle of heat embossing when my cat jumped right up in the middle and messed everything up. So I had to do it again. I think that video just didn't want to be made today. But I thought I had lost that. It was over there hanging off my brushes. I got a little bit of glue on here, so I'm just going to take a wet one and wipe that right up. I'm really liking the silicone mat, and I have it on top of my glass cutting board. Now this is that 5/16 inch lay it straight tool from Creekbank Creations, and I absolutely love this. All you need to do is line it up on the top and side of your card. If you're using Master Layouts 8 from GinaK, the 5/16 works perfectly. I do need to figure out what size works for the other layouts, but no more crooked. I always tended to tilt my cards down on the right a little bit. Not with this anymore. Okay, now I need some scrap white. I think this is going to be big enough. Yes, I'm going to stamp the Mary and the Dove from this set. And then Christmas, I'm going to stamp directly on the card, so I shouldn't probably have put it together yet, but that's okay. You can do that. This is where I have to decide. I don't want the bird to be the same color, so I'm just going to set that aside. I'm going to stamp the Mary in red. I'll get my blending brush out of here. All right. Move this up where you can see it. Now I haven't used this stamp yet, so I need to condition it, which means just getting the factory coating off of it so that it stamps much easier and better. And then I'm going to use GinaK's Red Velvet. And this will take a couple inkings I can see because I want a nice solid color. And I can already see I didn't do a good job of conditioning it because there are empty spots. I'll pull that up a little bit so you can see. That's what happens when you don't do a good conditioning job. And it looks like there might even be something on the stamp here. So I'm just going to take my tidy towel, wherever I put it. There it is. And it does look like there is indeed, yeah, there was a little piece of, I don't know if it's dust or what, but it was on that stamp in that R, which made that circle. So it's not a big deal if you don't condition your stamps. You just need to stamp it a couple of times. And I think I'll do one more. And that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to leave that in there because I do want to stamp the bird. It's going to be weird. I'm going to stamp the bird in black. But it's my card, and that's how I want to do it, I believe. I'm going to stamp them down here so that I have room to cut them out. And not having used this set before, I don't know how much of a window they have. I've got some ink on there. And I did not condition that one on purpose, and I can already see there is an imperfection in the wing. It's a round, perfect circle. I think you can see it right there. So let me see. Let me get my tidy towel again. Yeah, I think just a little smudge. I want to dry that. I'll just use a tissue real quick here. Oh, no, I've got an old towel. I'm just going to dry that. Put some more ink on. That's perfect. All right, clean off that stamp. Then I'll die cut these out. But I'm going to set this aside because I do want to stamp on the card. Yeah, I'm really not liking this Mary. It's got a lot of red. See here? I'm going to stamp that again. I don't know what caused that. It's like there's little things all over it. Almost like the ink pad was going off for some reason. So I have another piece of white paper. I'm going to stamp that again because I want this to look nice. And I'm just going to go over this stamp just to make sure there isn't anything trapped on the sides. Now, I got this stamp, was it last year? Or it might have been one I got in the surprise box. And I'm just going to take my towel. I'm going in the edges. Just to see if there's maybe a little piece of hair or dust. And I'm not seeing anything obvious. So I'm going to try stamping that again. I guess today just really didn't want me to make a video. That looks better as far as smudges go. I'm only putting ink down on that end now because it's just like the R's need a little help. And that one R in particular. That's much better. And you don't have the errant pieces. So there must have been a little bit of fuzz on that stamp. And that happens sometimes, as you can see. Sometimes it happens more than others. And I'm just going to dry it again. All right. Got red ink all over my fingers. Red ink does tend to stain, but that's okay. All right, now I'm going to die cut those out so I have my plates. And let's put these back. How about that? That's going to be a nice tight cut. I like that. I'm not a big fan of big wide margins. Die cut this out. That is nice. All right. And I got some red ink down here. I think that will die cut out around it. Yes, it will. Okay, now let me see how good a job that was. That was good. No red showing. All right. That can go right in the scrap. Now, if we put the Mary And I'm going to pop that up, and I'm going to, of course, stickle this so that it glitters and gleams and sparkles. I think if we put "We Wish You," and then "Merry," and then "Christmas" below that. Okay. Just leaving that on. Yeah, I want to do "We Wish You." So this could be a card from several people. I'm going to put that right up there. We wish you a merry, and then I want the bird kind of to come like that. All right, now I'm going to take a piece of acetate to put over this to see if everything lines up and is straight as I can get it. Don't need a lot of ink, just to test out. And I want to take the acetate with it. That looks good, and I'll work the the Mary and the dove around it. Okay, so let's get that in there. Take those off so they don't get inked accidentally. And I didn't condition these, but I'm just going to go for it and see how they work out. I think one more. That is really nice. Take that out of there. And let me put this card together and bling it up. Okay, now I'm going to pop up the Mary. Wherever I put it. Right over here, getting it off to the side. And I just want to thin pop up this. So I'm just going to use some, I think that's long enough that I can use my foam tape. That is wide. And just cut a little piece. That looks good. I'm not sure if I want to stickle the Mary. I do want to stickle the dove. I might take a gold pen and add some highlights to the Mary. I kind of want to put that centered. Now, this dove, I want to be taller than these, so I'm going to use these foam pop dots. These are small enough that they will not show on the other side, but tall enough to give it a little bit more dimension, yes. Look at that. That one didn't come off. Well, get back down there. All right, let's just take your back off while you're here, and we'll get a new one. Just like that. All right, I'm going to use some black stickles. I'm going to use black diamond. I'll get my little stickle brush. and just brush it around. Said I don't wash my stickle brush because I like it to be stiff. Now, if you have a really stiff brush that you like, feel free to wash it out when you're done. It isn't really necessary. And stickles will dry flat. They're not three-dimensional like the liquid pearls are. Okay. Yes, and that'll make that just shimmer and shine when it's dry. Now I'm going to add a little bit. I do want to try my gold pen. I'm just going to try it off to the side here. I'll try it on one of the sticky notes that I had already opened. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. I'm just going to put like a little stitched edge around the letters. Just polka dots. No one says you can't dress up your stamps. Just like that. And try to keep my hand out of the stickles and the wet gel pen. I think if I would have heat embossed this Mary, that would have been really pretty in gold. Hindsight always gives me more ideas. Now I'm going to add a few little golden rhinestones to some of the spots that are snowflaked. I'm just going to use my tiniest ones here. They like to flip over. Okay, I think that's it. That is my second card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And I finally got a card made on camera today. Now let's see if I can save it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next week. Let me know if you want me to remake that one card on video. I would be happy to if you want me to. Have a great rest of your day.